Yeah, it's a British Telecom internet connection. This is the first time this is the second time it's dropped out during a broadcast. But the first time it dropped out was like a couple of months ago. We had a thunderstorm and the lightning literally struck the house next door, the railway station next door, and just dropped the power in the entire street in the middle of like a giant stream with thousands of people watching it. So yeah, that was fun. So anyway, we're back now. Where the hell did I get to? I was in the middle of a long rant, and I thought
you were ranting about
everyone was being really quiet,
using this thing to sell, using Maschine Plus to sell complete.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, as I say, but I don't know if you caught the bit where I said, they're advertising this as Maschine that doesn't, without a computer. Maschine minus computer equals Maschine Plus, is one of the things they say. But it is a computer. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's a computer chip. And it's probably running Linux in there, and they've just taken the plugins, the Reactor plugin, all the other FM plugins, whatever. It's all the same thing. Right. And they just converted it to Linux and dropped it on a chip. Boom, bang, shank it. There you go.
Oh,
That's it.
And if you want to use the full potential of the thing, you still have to use it with a computer. Like even like the audio quality standalone is 24-bit, 44 megahertz, and then if you want to do 2496, you have to have it in controller mode plugged into a computer.
Hey. Newsflash, 96K is bullshit. No one cares.
Sure.
No one fucking cares. I mean...
Yeah, I know. No one's going to hear it except your mastering engineer. But I mean, it's just kind of weird that it's like they're advertising it as like this complete standalone thing. And some people want the 96
I mean, I don't care about the 96K thing. I mean, I'll tell you the truth, right? You know the reason why most interfaces do 96 kilohertz and a lot of interfaces do 192 kilohertz? Do you know the reason why? Because in the store... The guy on the store, when you're coming in there, like, to buy your first interface, he can say, well, there's this one for $200, but that only goes up to 44.1. This one costs 250, so it goes up to 96, and that makes it sound better. And then, so the guy will pay the extra $50, but he will never ever run it at 96 kilohertz.
Yeah, I seldom.
It's as simple as that.
I run mine at 24-bit, but definitely not.
Oh, 24-bit, that's no question. Yeah. But the sampling rate. Nobody runs at 96 and 192. I mean, I used to work at DTS. I actually did records at 96. I've done loads of shows around the world, like at conferences and stuff. And I've asked everybody in the audience when this has come up. I've said, how many people here recorded 96 kilohertz? Raise your hands. And never has there been anyone raise their hand apart from me. Never.
There you go.
Not a single person.
Yeah, it's kind of useless.
Yeah,
Dust Christoph says
it's just catering for the backlash against computers.
Yeah.
No, well, it's not even that. It's like they thought we can sell to a market we haven't sold to, which is the live market, which at the moment effectively doesn't exist. And secondly, it's we can't get any more people to buy complete, so let's sell them complete inside a box in hardware instead of in software. Mm-hmm. And you can't pirate it.
Yeah.
So, but it's like I said earlier, it's like waves. I mean, there's literally nothing new in that box. It's Maschine hardware running the complete software with a Linux chip
not
inside.
Even the complete not even the complete.
No, it's almost complete. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's become the complete's kind of become ironic now in that sense.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right. So what else have we got that's new?
So what else we got? RX8 came out. So that's kind of nice. If you've not used RX7, I mean, it's definitely worth getting RX8. It's an incredibly handy tool.
Oh, I love RX7 so much. Now, for those of you who don't know this is from a company called Isotope here out of Boston, I believe. And they do this thing called RX7, which is an audio editor, and it does incredible things like, it can just intelligently analyze a piece of audio and pull all the noise out of it. You can unmix stereo. You can change the level of the vocals and the drums inside a stereo file, which is like, it's one of those things like you see it, you hear it, and you still don't believe it. So it's an amazing tool. So yeah, I'm really interested in what they can do in RX8. They said that music remixing thing they've improved, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet.
Yeah, I've not tried it yet either, but I know that they did certain things like, especially for like voiceover work and everything like that. They put some things in there like the spectral recovery, which will restore frequencies, which is kind of weird for like voiceover work and stuff like that, especially if it gets muffled out from filtering and stuff like that. There's a pitch variation and fluctuation corrector from like doing tape and vinyl and optical transfers.
Wow.
Guitar denoise, like all kinds of interesting things.
Noise is the bit I want on the guitar. But anyway, it's definitely worth checking out. And there's also, I think, Plugin Boutique or something. They occasionally have these offers where they sell like the cut down, or they give away the cut down version of it from Isotope. And everything Isotope do is brilliant quality and insanely clever. So yeah, you should definitely Isotope. It's IZOTOP, Isotope with a Z, with Z.
Yes.
Yeah, really good stuff, and I love RX-7, so I really want to check. RX-7 is one of the few pieces of software I actually really paid full price for, because it was worth it.
I've used RX to pull old tracks that I've done and gone through and fix the mix when I don't have the originals.
Same here.
I'll literally just have two channels, and I can go in and I can fix a mix issue, or like remove a click or something like that, and you don't even notice it. It's a brilliant piece of technology.
Absolutely incredible.
These guys really know what's at.
So yeah, that is new and exciting in that sense. Okay, what else we got that's new?
Arturia Key Step. There's a new one out there.
Oh, the mid-range one now?
Yeah, the little 37 key, slim key controller that you see on every single YouTube synth reviewer channel.
I'm a big fan of Arturia, and I think the Key Step is brilliant. So,
that's what I'm saying. It's there because it's popular and people like it. You can do things like it has a built-in sequencer. It's got a built-in arpeggiator. The new one has a chord mode, so you can have it do chords and everything like that as well. And it's got it's a Swiss Army knife as far as its interfacing. It's got USB, MIDI, CV, all that kind of stuff.
And the price is decent.
Machine Plus. And it's like $249, I think, or something like that. It's really inexpensive. It's mini keys, which if you have big fat sausages like I do, it's not the best thing in the world. But at the same time, grabbing that thing out and using it is nice to have, and it's portable and it's bus powered.
But it's not really designed to be Mr. Piano Player. It's your.
Oh no, neither am I. I'm not designed to be Mr. Piano Player either. So.
No, I don't think any of us are. All right.
But it's just a great little controller. And that's all we've got for news this week there, Mr. Rev.
Yeah, well, one of the things... Well, okay, let's move on then. So one of the things we were talking about last week and the last couple of weeks, I'd been doing a lot of mixing and working on a new album. I've been mixing a lot of other stuff. And so I was playing around with the reverbs, and I have a lot of reverb units. So I figured we would do a sort of a little reverb shootout tonight and talk about some of the reverb plugins that we've got and that we like. Because, if there's two things you need, it's a compressor and a reverb unit. And if you have PSP and Finistrip, you have all the compressors you need. So let's talk about reverbs.
So one caveat, because the way the stream is set up, I can't hear any of Rodney's reverb. So Rodney, I will ask you
I'll describe it to
do
you.
An interpretive dance to show me how these reverbs sound.
Okay, show you.
Thanks. Using the interpretive dance.
I wish you'd told me that before. I had time to prepare something. Let's have a look at it.
Why would I give you that?
Let's go to Studio One. Whoa, here's our new Studio. Here's our Studio One live page. All right, so what I did was I set up a Studio One show page here, and I've put a bunch of reverbs in, and we can play a drum loop. Drum loop, here we go. I took a fairly dry drum loop, and then I've gone through some reverbs. So let's have a look at what we got. So the first one, I wanted to look at some free reverbs, and this one is TAL Reverb 4, TAL. I don't know if you guys know TAL. They make some great free plugins. They make a thing called TAL Noisemaker, which is an excellent free synthesizer. So if you're looking for a really cheap but really good synthesizer, TAL Noisemaker is excellent. But they do this TAL Reverb, and I hadn't actually used it until recently, but it's actually not bad. It's got some nice stuff in it. You've got your reverb size and your diffusion, and you've got modulation here. Let's turn the wet up. And it's kind of clear, but it can do like dark stuff like lexicons. So you've got a nice big dark reverb there. You can do simple drum ambient stuff on it. And this is actually, it's a pretty interesting little reverb, I have to say. Not bad at all. For free, you can't really argue. Is it going to be better than what's already in your DAW? I don't know. But I kind of like it. It's got some character to it. So yeah. Dasku says Tal Sampler may be the only accurate emulation of the Emulator 2 because it uses M-Log compression, not just... Oh, I did not know that. I remember the Emulator 2. That thing was great.
Oh, yeah.
So Tal Reverb, definitely not bad. Let's see what else we've got. Now, this is Old Friends PSP. This is another freebie. If you go to PSP AudioWare... I'm
putting up links, by the way, as we go through these.
Okay, great. And sign up for their newsletter. They give you this thing, and it's called Piano Verb, and it is wild. It's not a conventional reverb. It's actually 12 resonators, like the resonating strings of a piano. So you can do things like tune the reverb, like so. So you get something that sounds a bit like reverb, like this, but then you can tune it and detune it. And transpose it. So you can transpose the reverb by semitones each time. So it's kind of awesome. I mean, it's great for things like piano and strings and stuff like that, because you can really you can build these like big washes of sound that are kind of like reverb but kind of aren't, and they don't take all this room in the mix. And yeah, I kind of love this thing. And that's free, but there's also an upgraded version called Piano Verb 2, which is the same as Piano Verb but has a extra load of stuff with it. And we have a giveaway. We have PSP have actually given us a code to give away a Piano Verb 2. So if you want to win that, let's get the giveaways going. Okay, let's, what do we got? Let's start the giveaway. So if you're watching on Twitch, you can enter the giveaway right now. You've got 5 minutes to enter. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube live right now, please come over to the Twitch if you want to win it. And we have some more reverbs to give away. We're going to give away reverbs tonight. So the PSP Piano Verb 2, the upgraded version of Piano Verb, we're giving that away in about 5 minutes time.
To enter the contest, hit ! raffle into the chat on Twitch. If you subscribe to the channel, then you get 2 entries.
Yes. Yes. So you need to be a follower to enter. So if you don't follow with the channel already, hit the follow button on Twitch.
That's easy.
If you subscribe, you will get an extra ticket. So you get 2 chances to win if you're a subscriber. But you get 1 chance to win if you're a follower. And if you don't follow us on Twitch, you get nothing. Well, you get our wonderful, joyous charisma and so on. Information tray has received a ticket. All right. Okay. So yeah, get an ! raffle. The instructions are in the Twitch channel. Michael Schmand has got a ticket. All right. So we'll just keep on talking while that's running. Yeah. You've got another 4 minutes or so. So let's talk about some more reverbs, shall we? Yes. What else have we got? So that's the PSP Piano Verb. We'll be coming back to PSP later. Now this thing is Valhalla Supermassive. Now I believe you've used this, Andrew, right?
Correct, I have.
What do you think of it?
This thing, it is in fact supermassive. I really like the ability of that whole warp button right there. That knob. Just makes it so much fun and weird and fun. Valhalla makes really good sounding reverb units and stuff like that, software wise, and this one is free as well.
Yeah, it's insane that it's free. I mean, let's have a listen to it.
Absolutely.
Let's have a listen to this. This is the Lunar Lander preset. Now they've got different modes called Gemini, Hydra, Centaurus, all named after stars. I mean, it's completely crazy, but listen to this thing. It sounds so good. And it does flanging, and it does echoes, and it does all sorts of wacky shit, like because you've got modulation as well as your reverb. It is, but its reverbs are also excellent. Like,
yeah, it does everything but shimmer, which they have their own. Valhalla has a shimmer that is chilling. It's so beautiful sounding.
Yeah, it's completely editable. It sounds really, really good, and it is free. It's insane. And even their paid reverbs are like $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just outrageous.
Very well made stuff like that. And Information Tray agrees that shimmer is so good.
Yeah. And it used up very little CPU as well. I don't know if you guys can see the CPU meter here. With it, everything off, I'm on 8% of my CPU. With that turned on, it goes to 8% of my CPU. Maybe touching 9 if I run something for it. But that's about it. So yeah, absolutely lovely. If you're in the market, if you need more reverb and you don't have a lot of money, like most of us do, that is the free plugin of the week right there, Valhalla Supermassive. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really like that one. What else have we got?
Oh, yeah.
We have here's one. Lexicon Mpxi. Now this is this free? It's kind of free. This is a cut down version of the. I mean, if you want to buy the big lexicons plugins are like literally $999 for the big lexicon plugin pack, which is a lot of money. Yeah. I'm a child of the. If you're a child of the 80s like I am, you'll love Lexicon, because Lexicon were the sound of the 80s. Those giant, big, rich, luscious reverbs are great. And you can get the Lexicon MPX plugin for like about £100, which isn't bad, $100. But you can probably get a second-hand hardware MPX for $100. So I don't know. But this one, the MPXi, was actually free with my PreSonus audio interface that I bought ages ago. If you buy, one of the great things about the PreSonus stuff, if you buy their audio interfaces, you get a pack of plugins called Studio Magic. And that has got some bitchingly great plugins. It's got like Brainworks BX Opto Compressor, which is excellent. And it's got a bunch of stuff. And it's got this Lexicon Mpxi, which is just a preset player. It just plays these presets. You can't edit it. And you have to upgrade it to get for $100 to get the editing version.
Yeah, the raffle has closed.
Oh, the raffle's closed. Oh, let's see who won.
Yep.
Okay, let's see who won the raffle. Let's pick a winner. Michael Schmand is your winner. Michael Schmand, you win the PSP Piano Verb. Well
Good
done,
job,
my
Mike.
friend. Piano Verb 2. So we'll get you a code for that later on. Andrew will send it to you, I'm sure. All right. And we will have another giveaway very shortly. So stay tuned for that. We've got more reverbs. Many more reverbs. Let's talk about this Lexicon one, though. This is, as I say, it's a preset player, but it sounds so good. This is their, they do great plates. It's just, it's so rich, so lush. It's fantastic. It's Lexicon. You've got like your drum rooms, if you want something just nice and tight. And you've got like your big, nice big dark halls that Lexicon do so well. So yeah, at Lexicon MPX, it's killer. I mean, I did a whole album, like my album Sun God. That's like a love letter to Lexicon. I mean, that has so much Lexicon on it everywhere. Like every song was just based around Lexicon reverbs. I actually literally designed the sounds for the songs before I even recorded them. It was so that's how much I love Lexicon. This one, yeah, it's. If you got that Studio Magic bundle, or then you should definitely download this as well. And if you're in the market for an interface, a PreSonus interface will give you this Lexicon plugin, and it's almost worth buying it just for that because it's so good. What else have I got?
Michael, I just messaged you the download code for the Reverb, the PSP Piano Verb 2. So
let's move right along.
So what else you got there?
Here, talking of waves. The Waves True Verb, the old faithful. I thought I'd bring that in. And, this is like, This is on sale at Waves. Is there a sale at Waves? Yes, there's a sale at Waves because Waves everything is always on sale, 40% off, like every week of the entire year. Which, as far as I'm aware, is actually illegal over here to advertise that something's on sale unless it's genuinely on sale. But yeah, this is like
now. Which Waves Reverb plugin is this?
This is True Verb, which is
True Verb.
Back in the day, this was like the greatest thing ever, and they still push it as being like a great reverb. And they're selling it on sale for $24, and honestly, you listen to it. You listen to it compared to these other things. Like here's their plate. I mean, it's okay, but it's so empty. Pass. No, here, back to PSP. This is the Psp Spring Box, which is an emulation of a hardware spring reverb. Now, I'm old enough to remember the original hardware spring reverbs, and I fucking hated them so much. Oh my God, I hated spring reverbs so much. They were reverbs for people that, reverbs for people who couldn't afford real reverbs. I mean, the first record I ever made, it was in a studio, and they had a thing called, I think it was called the Tube, and it was literally a piece of plastic piping, like a long length of plastic piping, literally just that, from a hardware store with a bunch of springs inside it. And a microphone, an input and output at the end, and it just sent the sound through the springs and back up again. That was literally all it did, and it just they mounted it in the corner of the studio, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, my Mo grandmother sitting over here has a spring verb in it, and you can literally like knock on the bottom of it and trigger the thing.
Yeah, you get that gigantic sound. So when I first saw this, I thought, nah, but actually, it's actually kind of cool. I mean, let's have a listen to this one. And it's got, you hear if I turn the wet up, it's got that sound where you're overloading the spring,
sound.
So it really does sound like a spring, which may not be what you want, but it actually sounds kind of great when this double mode.
Spring verbs sound really good with basses. I'm sorry, I really love the way they sound with like bass sounds and stuff.
Yeah, I mean they sound great on strings and pads and stuff like that as well. And this one is actually kind of brilliant. I have to say, again, I don't know. I'm not a spring fan, but this one, it's got real character and it's really genuinely usable. So I have to. Wow, I don't know what the hell these guys at PSP in Poland are drinking over there, but they're doing some fabulous stuff. So
drinking something good, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so I got to say the PSP Spring Box, it's pretty freaking cool. It's not bad at all. And
let's give that away.
Let's give that away. All right, and there we go. We're starting a giveaway for a PSP Spring Box. Okay, you got 5 minutes to win yourself a awesome spring reverb. You've got to be you got to be following us on Twitch. So if you're watching on Facebook right now, or you're watching on YouTube, you got to be in the Twitch chat right now, and along with the other people that are here, and you have got to be working on
follow
that.
Us.
You got to follow us. If you're subscribing, you get an extra chance for winning. And this is an excellent plugin. I have to say, I love this. So
what's great is that these guys, like, they're not sponsoring us or anything like that. Like, they're literally just like, here's some codes for your audience. And that's really cool.
Yeah, they're a very, very cool company. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to them the other day, and they said, what are you going to do in the show? And I said, well, I think we're thinking of doing a reverb shootout. And he said, do you want to give away some of our reverbs? And I'm like, yes, we absolutely do want to do that. It would be lovely. But we're not saying good things about them because they're giving us free stuff. We're saying good things about them because the stuff is freaking great.
Yeah.
It just really is tremendous. I love what they're doing. So I have to say,
exclamation point raffle to get in on that. If you are following us raffle
in the chat
on Twitch on the chat. So it's a $99 plugin. That's Christoph. Thank you. That we're giving away for free today.
Yeah. And
so what else you got for me, buddy?
What else we got? Okay, we're moving up into the paid areas of stuff now. Well, there's another PSP one, which is this one called Nexulance. And the first time I saw this, I saw it on the website. I was like, "What the hell is Nexulance? What is that?" It's some Polish ideas guy of an English pun, because when they were building Spring, like I said, the original Spring Reverbs were these giant freaking tubes with long springs inside, but they wanted to try and create small ones that you could sell with home organs and stuff. So what they did was they would string these springs in like different lengths of loops. They would hang them from a T, make a T thing and hang the springs from the end of it, and they would hang them in these long loops like a lady's necklace. So they were called necklace reverbs. Did you know that? I didn't know that until recently. So this one's called Nexulance because it's an emulation of a necklace spring reverb. Hey, it's an educational show, right?
Yeah. That's a really bad.
So and this one,
I love it.
It's also a spring reverb, but it sounds completely different than the other one. It's got even more splashiness. It's got that weird splashiness thing. But you can do things like, it's got mid-side and spread and stuff like that. You can do things like mid-side stereo reverb. So you can just put the reverb on the stuff on the sides of your mix and not on the stuff in the middle, or vice versa. So if you've got a mix, you can actually just put it on the vocals or whatever, and you can have shiny and dense and sparse, and you've got EQs built in there, and you can swap the left and right to right and left, and you can do all sorts of wacky ass shit with it. It's more cool weirdness from PSP.
I love it.
Yeah, gotta love it. Absolutely brilliant. And okay, let's keep on moving. All right, let's go to what's currently one of my most used reverbs. This thing is the Arturia Rev Plate 140. And this is part of Arturia's, they have a thing called, they have these plugin packs, which is 3 something effects you'll actually use. Like the latest one's 3 modulation effects, and they have 3 compressors, and they had one that was 3 reverbs. And when they brought it out, they actually gave this away for a very limited period, which is why I have it right now. I didn't actually, I got it as a giveaway. If you want to know, you do have to buy it. It's like, I think it's $150 for 3 reverbs. And this is an emulation of an old EMT plate, which is the classic plate reverb. So for those of you who are not familiar with how a plate works, it's kind of like the Spring idea. You get a giant plate of metal and you stick it in a big box and you put contact mics on it, and then you send signals through it, and the plate goes psh, and the contact mics pick it up, and you have reverb. And that's how we did reverb back in the 80s, boys and girls, before we had digital. And a lot of those classic 70s and 80s records were made with these EMT plates. They were amazing things. I've actually used one in a studio in Belgium, which was just so good. And
nice. Florian,
that's why on every digital reverb, hi Florian, thanks for entering the raffle. For every digital reverb, they always have a plate setting, but it never really sounds like a plate, actually, or very, very rarely. I mean, the Lexicon plate sound like lexicons. They don't sound like plates. They just have a characteristic like a plate. This one, though, this one actually sounds like a plate. This one's kind of brilliant. I mean, and I love the user interface. It's this cheap, pasteboard kind of look. You've got your old knobs. This is your blend knob. You've got a width knob, which is really handy. And then you've got 3 plate models. And I love the way it's got pencil scribbles written around on it, like for what they do. So you've got 3 models of plate. And then you've got an overdrive, which actually drives a tube emulator. And then you've got decay time, which is done with these buttons here. And that's what it does. So let's have a listen to it. Let's turn it on a bit louder. And this thing is so good. You can have it in mono or widen out any way you want. You can use the different models. You can really overdrive it if you want. It's fabulous. It is absolutely freaking fabulous. Let's get the original. This is the emulation of the original EMT 140. And and it sounds so good. I have to give them the credit for this. This is a phenomenal plate emulation. Now, you are paying for it because this thing, my CPU went from 8% to 14% as soon as I turned it on.
Yeah.
So
that's the Arturia way.
Yeah, you won't be using too many of these on your mix. And I've got a very, very fast i7 machine here. So yeah, but whatever. I mean, I don't care because it sounds so rich and deep, but it's got a clarity to it that you just don't get with most reverb plugins. I freaking love this thing. So I've been using that a lot especially on vocals. It's amazing on vocals. Because you get this, you get the sense of space, but it doesn't fill the whole mix. I mean, I love lexicons as well, but lexicons are kind of like the Morgan Freeman of reverbs. They're rich and dark, but as soon as they appear in the scene, everybody else disappears. It's like, yeah, right. That's the star of the show. This one's more of your really great supporting actor that that you know how he looks like and who he is, but you're not quite sure of his name. Right. That's what it is. But yeah, fabulous. I gotta say, absolutely freaking fabulous. Oh, is a raffle over yet?
Oh, it's been over.
The raffle's over. Let's see who won. Okay. Spring Verb. Let's pick a winner. Information tray. You're the winner.
Good job. I expect to hear this soon in your stream that's coming up tomorrow.
All right. Well done. Congratulations. And we have one more coming up after this. Actually, the timing's good because I'm going to show it right now. And this is another PSP reverb. I didn't actually realize until I started going through how many reverbs PSP had. And this is the last one was an emulation of an EMT 140 plate. This is an actual emulation of the first EMT digital reverbs. So EMT, they built this very early. They built one called the 24, and then one called the 244 and a 245. There were two digital reverbs, and this one has all the characteristics of both of those. So they call it the PSP 2445, 2445. And when they were building this, I mean, I talked to Antonio who built it. They actually went to the original designer at EMP and asked how he had done it. And he took them to the basement, went to the basement of his house, and he still had all of the original schematics down there and all of the original code that he had written on paper. And he gave them everything. So it's literally an exact, 100% exact recreation of the 244 and 245. And this thing sounds so good. I mean, it looks really nice. You've got your input level, you've got delay times here, you've got reflections, you've got your reverb time, and then here you've got things like, you've got two switches. One extends the low frequency, and one gives you a damping on the high frequency. And you've got these classic red and blue here. And so let's have a listen to this thing. This thing is so nice. I mean, it's just... This is your original 244 reverb sounds. And your 245 sounds. You've got the two different... And you can actually combine them together. I'm just giving you some presets. But you can do things like, you've got some great rooms. That just sits so well in a mix. I mean, this thing is just... It's not like, again, it's not like your Morgan Freeman. This is a supporting actor. But it does it so well. But you can do like
I love the interface. It looks very like 1978 kind of reverbs too. NASA.
And got that real long 80s tail.
Mm-hmm.
Huge sounds. And you get those big dark Lexicon style blooms as well. This thing is amazing. It's so great. And it does like your classic 80s gated drums and stuff as well.
I love a good gate.
yeah, it's fabulous. I love this reverb, I tell you. I love it. And we are going to give one of those away as well. So we just started another raffle. So if you want to win the 2445, and believe me, you really want to win the 2445, Christos says it's really not so bright. That's a good gate. It's a great gate. And it actually can be bright if you want it to be. But what I love about it, like I say, is that it just works. You know, on its own, it doesn't sound as in your face and impressive as something, even like the Spring, or certainly not like the Lexicon does. But when you're actually using it, it just does the job. You just turn it on, and it's incredibly easy to get the sound you want. I freaking love it. Exclamation mark raffle to enter the raffle. Remember, you've got to be following on the channel, otherwise it doesn't count. So follow the channel, preferably subscribe. If you subscribe to us, we get money, but you get more chance to win expensive freebies. So everybody wins. Right?
Truth.
Right. Florian Klang, you've received a ticket. Okay. So what do you guys think? This was just my run through of my own little collection that I have here. There's a couple others I missed. The Eventide 2016 Stereo Room is one that I actually use a lot. This is one from Eventide. It's a real, this is another one I got for free in a special offer. This is actually $199, and it's really great. It's the Eventide 2016. It's really nice. But I think the PSP one's $149 for the 2445. Is that right, Andre? $149, I think it is. And that's not cheap, but it's a reverb. The other thing is you can open the bottom of the EMT here.
Kushner, thanks for subscribing.
Thank you for subscribing, Chris. Make sure and enter the raffle and get your extra ticket. If you actually open it up, you can tweak it. So you can tweak the algorithms to be either 244 or 245, and you can put it from mono to stereo or stereo to stereo. You've got high-pass filters, you've got a little bit EQ, you've got width controls, so you can really tweak it to your heart's content. And that's what I love about it. The user interface is super clean and easy and very, very understandable. It's very predictable to know what you're going to get. And that's how you change from the 244 to 245 algorithms, or you can have both together. Or else you can tweak it to your heart's content, like I say. Beautiful, beautiful reverb. That definitely gets the winner for this week from us. So that gets our coveted Goes to 11 award. These go to 11. Yeah. I have to say the Valhalla Supermassive definitely goes to 11 for free. Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, for free.
It's an amazing reverb.
Everybody just needs to go to Valhalla and get Valhalla Supermassive. For paid reverbs, I have to say that Arturia Plate is... It's like Arturia.
I mean,
everything Arturia do, it sounds real. I mean, they're really good at emulating stuff. They're maybe not... I mean, they're good at making new stuff too, but all their emulations are great, and the reverb... I mean, I want to hear the other two reverbs in that pack. I need to talk to Arturia and see if we can get them. But that 140 plate, if you need a really great EMT plate, if that's what you want, it blows everything else out the water. But the absolute coveted Goes to 11 award for tonight is definitely that Psp 2445. The more I use it, the more I love it. So again, Psp, if you guys are watching, you're killing it again every time. It's like InfiniStrip and 2445 are probably going to become my... InfiniStrip is definitely my most used plugin by far. Probably use that plugin more than all of the other plugins I have put together. And I have something like 377 plugins. In my stripped down system, I had 700 and something before I decided to clean it up. I know.
It's crazy.
And InfiniStrip's used more than all the others put together. And I think in the next mixes I'm going to be using a lot of that 2445. I think it's all going to be either Lexicon or that or the Arturia. That's the three. Maybe some Supermassive as well though. So we'll see. So right, that's the end of the. We're actually over on the time. It's 9:10.
I know. Just wait for this raffle to end, and then we can shut down.
Yeah, I've got another show to do in 50 minutes. I'm being interviewed in Brazil by the glories of the internet. There's like so you can no longer enter the raffle. Okay,
let's pick a winner.
Let's see who's the winner. Let me have a look. Let's close this off. Okay. Pick the winner. And the winner is Das Christoph.
Woo!
All right. Congratulations, Christoph. You won yourself a PSP 2445. Commiserations to those of you who didn't win. I'm so sorry. We only have one of each to give away. That's how it works. But if you tune into Synaesthesia in future weeks, I am sure we will have more giveaways. We try and do a giveaway at least once a week, or at least once every couple of weeks, sometimes every week. Yeah, Christoph, well done.
Still think we need to give away the dream date with Rodney Orpheus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like anyone. Yeah, and we will fly you to London, all expenses paid. No, we won't.
No, it'll just be like they have to take you on like an iPad or something. It's going to be a virtual date. I said a dream date, not a real one.
It can stay in your dreams, Andre.
That's all I really
But I appreciate that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Next week, we're going to be talking about...
Pendulate.
Yeah, Pendulate, which we didn't get a chance to talk about this week. And then we're also going to be talking about the Stocha sequencer as well.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the show notes for next week, you'll see them in there.
I don't look at the show notes. I just wing
He's
it.
the host, but like I'm the guy who actually runs everything around this show. So yeah, we're gonna. We don't really have many people. Does anyone know if there's anyone that's on to raid to? Because otherwise, I'm literally going to raid you guys to an owl live stream. So, guess not.
I guess not. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun as usual, and we'll probably see you next week. Hopefully, I won't be 3 minminutes late this time.
Yeah, be on time next time.
Andrew's going to be kicking my ass all the way from Cleveland, Ohio.
God.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Florian. Florian says it's a great show. I appreciate it. We love having you guys watch us. And
thanks for watching.
We will be back with more bitching about music technology very soon. Oh yeah, we are actually going to an oil stream.
Yeah, we are. Nothing
all right.
else on.